Hello everyone, my name is Pritam and you're watching Tech with Pri. Welcome to my channel and I'm back with another tech video. Now this is the first video of this tutorial series called Cloud Computing with Microsoft Azure. Now in my last video, I have already discussed the topics or the things that we are going to cover in this whole series and also like why it's important for you, and also you can do some certification with Microsoft Azure. So a bit of discussion that already happened in my last video. So in case you missed the video, don't worry, I'm going to put the link in the description, and also you can find the link right now here in your screen, so you can go ahead and check that video. Now, in today's video, we are going to understand the concept of cloud computing and also other few concepts like on-premise, the dedicated server, shared server, and how cloud comes in the picture, all this thing. So let's not waste any time and let's see what we are going to learn. All right. First, we'll understand or we'll see the roadmap of the transformation of dedicated server to the cloud. That would be very interesting. Second, we'll understand the concept on premise or local server. And guys, this is very important. If you are willing to move in IT, or if you're already in IT, you have heard that term already, on premise. So this is very important to understand before moving to cloud. Next, we'll see the difference between the cloud providers or cloud service provider and the on premise. By that time, you will already understand what is the importance of cloud computing, and then we'll complete it with the understanding of cloud computing a bit more and with some benefits on it. Sounds good? Let's get started. Okay, so first we'll understand the roadmap, how from dedicated server we come to cloud. Now, before that, we need to understand that whenever a business uses any application or the business application, uh, what they purchased from the vendor, the license. So all this thing managed by that company. Also, all those application needs a server to to host there. So every application is hosted in any server. All the business application that uses the organization, that hosted in a server, right? Now with this concept, let's see what is a dedicated server. So when a single system like this, you can see, is managing a particular application or a single application, then it's called a dedicated server. So a system which is managing a single application is known as dedicated server. You can see a single machine manages single application or website, right? And this is very costly, you can understand, because if one system or one server is dedicated for a single application, and if you have 100 applications or 50 applications, so you need 50 different physical server to manage all this application, and you can understand purchasing all these things would be very costly. But there was a time when we used to follow that. Then there is a concept come virtualized server. Now what is virtualized server? When a server is having the capability of virtualization, it is a technique which is there in the server, and for that you can create virtual server or virtual machine where you can host different applications. I'm sorry for the kind of the picture. I mean, this is not a picture of application for sure, but I'm sorry guys, I couldn't find it better. So just assume it, this is the picture of an application. So now you can see we can manage more than one application in virtualized server because it is a single machine uh, that manage multiple application or website. So it is a single machine, but because of the virtualization technique, it can create virtual servers, virtual machine, and there you can manage multiple application. Now, if you do not know about virtualization or virtual machine, simply don't worry. I have already posted a video regarding this. It's already there in my channel, the virtualization. So you can go ahead and clear your concepts. Okay. Now, after that, we have a concept of shared server. There will be a single system which would be a bit powerful, and for that reason many business can use that particular server. So it's like a server or machine which is providing different services, and that can be used by different businesses as per their need. Now by that concept you can understand that it would be very cheap because it is a shared service, right? Shared system or shared server. So it would be cheap, but it would be limited also. because there is only one system or one server. So there would be limitation definitely. For many, it could be storage limitation, it could be service limitation, many things can happen. Now something comes like there would be more than one system which is gonna act as a single system to provide you all the services or all the necessary services that you required with the power of reliability, flexibility, and it would be cost effective. You will have scalability also, and it would be secure. Now this is cloud. You can see multiple machine act as a one system, like I said, which provides multiple services. Now what do I mean by services? It could be anything. So the main services always like compute, like you can make virtual machine from there, uh, storage, there would be networking, there would be database. So all of the services you are going to get, right? And all of the services will be provided to you, and there won't be no limitation here. So you can, you can use as many server as possible, and also it would be cost effective because you don't need to take care of the backend or infrastructure things, data center things. Only you need to pay the amount you are using. Now this is the concept of cloud. I hope now it's pretty clear. Now we will see more about cloud in a minute, but before going to that we need to understand two important concepts. The first one would be on-premise or local server. That means the term on-premise means your own office or data center. So whenever you are managing applications in your server, you own the server, and that server you are managing in your data center, you are taking responsibility of all those things. This is a on-premise environment. Like when an organization follows this structure, that means it is following the on-premise environment. So on-premise software is located or operated in user's own data center. Like I said, you own the server, you have to maintain the data center, you have to hire IT people to manage this. You have to pay all the money for this. Like you can understand, like by maintaining data center, you need more money because you have to pay the people who are working there. You have to take care of the cooling things, and also there could be many faults. You have to take care of the security in the data center, and you take all the risk. So now here risk means anything can happen in data center. Maybe like there could be chance of data loss, there could be natural disaster that can happen, and that can cost so much money, right? And mainly the data can be lost. Now in this kind of scenario, it's not good, right? It's fine you are managing all these things by your own, but you have to be a lot of costing here, and you have to take care of all of this, and there are so many risks also. Now suppose in that situation a company comes to you and say, hey, you don't need to worry about all these things. We will manage the server, we will manage the data center. You don't need to take care about the hiring people, we'll do that. You don't need to pay money for all of this because we are already doing it, and all the risk like natural disaster, fault tolerance, or from any kind of issue, you don't need to worry. We will take care of your data, your data won't get lost. All you need to do is that, or all you need to pay the money for the services you are using from us. So that company is providing you that offer. Isn't it a great deal, right? You already got it. So these companies, nothing but the cloud service providers or the cloud providers. So it's a third party who hosts all services for you. You only need to pay the services you use. Now, someone else here managing your server, someone else maintain the data center, someone else hires the IT people, someone else pays all those money. You don't need to take care of it. You only have to configure these cloud services, like it could be like you are configuring the databases, maybe you are configuring the virtual machine, networking, and rest of the things will be taken care by the cloud service provider. Now already you understand what I'm talking about. What is the meaning of cloud service provider? That is nothing but Azure or AWS or GCP. Now, with this concept, we are moving to the cloud computing. So, it is a service that provides the power to compute, storage, database, network. I already told you these are the four main services that provides by any cloud service provider over the internet. So, it is because your all servers will be in a remote location, in a different location, and you need to manage it from, you can manage it sitting in your own office also, right? And we will see how we are going to use that using the portal, the Azure portal. And without maintain a background infrastructure, backend infrastructure, so as I mentioned, you don't need to take care about the infrastructure things. Example, already you know it: Amazon Web Service, AWS, Azure, GCP or Google Cloud Platform. Those are the most popular. There are many actually, but those are used in more companies, used by many companies. Now let's quickly see some benefit. It is cost effective, scalable, elastic, current, reliable, global, secure, and many more. So we'll just quickly go through it and see what are those things. First, cost effective. Already I discussed, like you only need to pay the amount to use. Infrastructure cost, you can forget about it. And if you are looking for any additional resources you are going to use or services, you can use that. You need to pay for that for the time being you are using. Okay. Scalable. Now, the concept of scalable, let's understand in this way. Uh, Suppose you are managing a website, okay, you have your own website, and you want that cloud service provider, maybe Azure, manage your web server. You don't need to worry about that. So fine. Now suppose your website is getting popular day by day, and many people are coming your website at certain time, and you know that to manage that you need a strong server so that it can handle a lot of traffic. So your system must be strong enough, or your server must be strong enough to handle this traffic. So now understand, sometimes it happens that you get a lot of traffic, and in that time your server has to be ready to support that. Otherwise you will get a server not responding error. You won't get, actually the people who are trying to access your website, they're going to get it. Now how about cloud will take care of it. Like whenever there is a need of you know scale up, or means like adding more resources, or you more RAM, more CPU to your server, it will be done automatically. Second, it could happen it's scaling out. I mean, if requires more server is required to support that traffic, it could add more server at the same time. Isn't it interesting? So it is highly scalable. It does automatically all this thing, and that is known as the elastic. So it's like a elastic. When required, you can stretch it, and when not, you just don't need to do anything. So cloud will take care of it. Okay. Now we have a concept of current. So in cloud you don't need to take care of the hardware setup. Like as I mentioned, you can just select whatever the size of RAM you want, whatever the size of CPU you want. Okay. And if you want any SSD or HDD, anything, you can configure that. We'll see in Azure. That would be very interesting. So you don't need to care about all this hardware setup, software patches, upgrades. So it would be done by the cloud service provider itself, or the company for you. You can only focus in the building and deploying application. It is reliable because it provides the support from data backup. You don't need to worry about data, any kind of data loss, disaster recovery, data replication, fault tolerance. We will see all this topic when we'll move to the cloud, or sorry, move to the Azure. It is global. So for an example, like Microsoft Azure has many data centers all around the globe. So your data is totally safe. There won't be any problem to replicate the data in multiple data center. And we'll see how it does actually. And finally, it is secure because there are set of policies and techniques or technologies that are there, then that can provide better security and for other than most organization. So now, isn't it interesting? Cloud service providers, cloud computing. So this is the era we are living, and there are many companies that are already using all these services. We'll see more in detail in the next video, but this is it for today, guys. We understood so many concepts now, and it's pretty clear now for you. So we'll see you in the next video, guys. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you have any doubts, any question, please feel free to ask me in the comment section. I'll try to reply as soon as possible. And also, please subscribe the channel and share with your friends and families so that it can reach out to many people. All right. Bye bye. Take care.